Welcome, I'm Mr. Andrews and I'm going to be taking you through briefly the EdXLB Geography course and what it has to offer you. There are a whole range of different reasons for studying geography, but fundamentally I think if you can answer these 4 questions and the answer to these is yes, then you should really strongly be thinking about studying geography. So if you've ever wondered about why we have some rich and some poor places in the world, or perhaps you've wondered why we have the climate that we do, so why it rains more in the winter than it does in the summer. Or perhaps you take an interest in the environment, or you care about ways that we could improve the planet. Think really long and hard about those, and if you do feel the answer to those is yes, then geography is definitely a subject for you to study. There isn't enough time in this presentation to go through every single role and career and job that geography could take you. This obviously gives you an overview of the different types that there could be. But there are the obvious ones, perhaps to do with the environment or to do with the countryside, travel and tourism, perhaps some ones you hadn't considered. So working with a developmental charity, for example, or working as a civil servant for the government, or working perhaps as an accountant. And these are all really common jobs. The reason that we're able to do all these different types of job is because of the range of skills that you'll be learning as part of your course. So whether that is the mathematical ones, whether it's your problem solving and reasoning, or whether it's your extended writing and being able to construct an argument gradually over time. There is also obviously the brilliant job of being a geography teacher, which you could also consider. The EdXLB Geography course has 3 examinations, so it's split into 3 papers. They're each an hour and a half long, and I'm going into a little bit more detail about what's involved in each of these, but fundamentally there are a range of short answer questions, long answer questions that tackle global geographical issues, one to do with the UK, so UK geographical issues, and then finally a sustainability type paper where it's about making the right geographical decision. Which leads us on to the specification itself. So that paper 1, as a reminder, was the global issues. So we've got, for example, looking at climate, looking at tectonics, so earthquakes and volcanoes. Also looking at developments, why some places are rich, why some places are poor, and how they can develop in the future. As well as looking at urbanization, so the ways in which cities have grown over time across the world. In paper 2, they'll be looking at different issues related to the United Kingdom. So for example, they'll be looking at the geology, so why we have different rock types in the United Kingdom, before moving into looking at rivers and looking at coasts, and then looking again at urbanisation within the United Kingdom, specifically focusing on London. In the 3rd paper, which was the sustainability one, about making a good geographical decision, you'll be learning about different ecosystems, so the biosphere, so why we have different climates in different parts of the world. We'll also be looking at forests, so tropical forests, as well as temperate forests that we find around us here, and then looking at energy, so renewable energy and our role in terms of coal, oil, gas, and so on. And that will be summarised with an overall question, which will be asking you what is the right thing to do for a particular place, so applying all of that knowledge. The obvious place to find out further information would be to contact myself. You'll find my email address in just a moment. But if you'd like to find out more about the course independently, you can of course look at the EdXL Geography B specification, which you'll be able to Google that or use this link that is here. I'd also highly recommend that you're looking at this second link with the Royal Geographical Society, because it helps you to understand why geography is so important at school. And then finally, as a reminder, my name is John Andrews. I'm the lead for geography. And if you would like to find out any further information, please do not hesitate to contact me with that email address as well. Thank you very much for listening.